Good evening and welcome to Concord, New Hampshire, where we're going live for the first time GTV Sports. My name is Scott Gross. I'm joined with Joe Strickland. Joe, what a night.
What a night. You know, I guess me being a rookie, I didn't know this was the first time, Scott, that
this
we were going to be live.
This is the first live away game in GTV Sports history, so I want to thank Dave Steffen in our studio and our cameraman, Aiden Pena. Wouldn't be possible to do this without Dave and Aiden's help. So, again, it's pretty exciting. We're going to see the Goffstown Grizzlies take on the Concord Crimson Tide, and Goffstown came off of a real impressive win off Bedford. Needed a much-needed victory for Goffstown.
Yeah, that was a really good game for Goffstown, having 2 weeks off prior to that. You know, I was a little concerned going in that we were going to be rusty in the beginning, but I tell you what, man, the team came out firing on all cylinders, and they were really aggressive the whole game.
Yeah, so, tonight we've got a good matchup between two Division I North contenders, and the Crimson Tide is coming in. They're struggling a little bit this year, but, Goffstown's got to be careful because this is a game, they call them, kind of like trap games, but, you have such high intensity when you're playing a team like a Bedford, and it's not too hard to come in flat, against a team like this. So,
yeah, you certainly can never underestimate your opponent. Like, I've seen it. You see it in college. You see it in the NFL, where people are like, "Hey, we got a week off. We can beat these guys."
Yeah, so those of you who follow Grizzly football, again, Goffstown had a great performance against Bedford all around. I'm talking special teams, whether it be the kicker, whether it be we had Peyton Strickland, who was punting, and we had great kicking, and we had great defense, and everything was firing on all cylinders. So, tonight we've got a couple of players that are out. I think Cody is out, and I'm not sure who else might be. And also we have to talk about Uzi, who's won't be playing for the rest of the year. He's out. That's a shame. But Goffstown has a very senior-laden team. Both specifically on defense, but and also a team, I think, Joe, that has a lot of good receivers. So we got, Webb's job is we got to try to get these receivers the ball, because when they catch the ball, they've got breakaway speed.
Yeah, between Jonah Lopez, Caden Perry, Peyton Strickland, Will Sasso, they're all on the track team as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you'd believe it or not, but Will Sasso does hurdles.
Really?
Right, and he's quick. He looks good, and the other two just blaze.
Yeah. I think, the talent is definitely there for the Grizzlies tonight, and let's see what they'll be doing. So the Crimson Tide looks like they'll be receiving the ball, and captains pat each other on the back. So we're excited for another Friday night football. Hopefully one day, might tell you, one dream for me one day, Joe, is that we'll have Friday night lights in Goffstown. So hopefully maybe someday soon. That's kind of like on my bucket list of things in my life.
Scott, we were just at dinner right before this, and we're talking about my transition, my family's transition from the Middle East to moving up here to New Hampshire. And the first thing I noticed when we pulled up at Goffstown High School when we were house hunting, I was like, where are the lights?
Where are the lights, right? Yeah.
How do we play football here?
Coming from, down south where, arguably high school football stadiums are bigger than most college stadiums in the Northeast.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that.
You talked a minute ago about some of the key losses in personnel for us tonight, Ryan Cody and Uzi Mampoyo. But I tell you, Uzi being a running back, Aaron Duval has came in.
Oh, my God. He had a monster game.
129 yards against Bedford.
Just a monster game. So Goffstown is going to kick off.
Is that the Grim Reaper?
The Grim Reaper, yeah.
It is. He was kind of nursing an ankle last week, Scott, and you could see it when he was coming off the field a few times. So I heard today that, he's back feeling good, so we're going to get to see what his leg is.
And we got the kickoff and a good kick.
To the 20.
And a good return.
Caden Perry.
Caden Perry with the hold down.
Wow.
Around the 35-yard line.
That was a ISO tackle by Caden Perry.
So Concord's going to take over. They'll start their first drive at the 35-yard line. And I'm trying to see who, if you can help me out, Joe, your eyes, who is taking Cody's place?
That's what I was looking
56?
for. It looks like Seth Osborne. Unless Seth is always there in 56, Adam Leidick is taking the place.
Goffstown, we got number 1 as the quarterback.
Oh, nice
a
play.
Nice throw out to the flat. And that's trouble. Good speed by Concord all the way down to the 30-yard line. You know, it's great. I get we get a roster, right? And there's no number one, and the quarterback is number one, which I thought was Doward, but it's got to be. So, as he played last year. So, we're going to go with Doward.
And apologize if it's not.
You get all. I mean, you get it. There's two number 6s, you know. And I'm pretty sure that Doward played QB last year.
That was a great play.
Yeah.
You know, open up, just hit your receiver in the flat.
In motion, hands off, and quickly he's gobbled up.
Maybe
by Osborne, I believe. Pick up maybe one.
Yeah. A little brisk tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Scott. It's October 1st.
It is a little bit brisk.
I think the fall's coming in. My girls over there wore Halloween socks and brought a Halloween quilt. We're sitting up here freezing.
Yeah, it's a 2nd down and 8. Again, Doward will be under center. Let's see if he steps back. No, he's under center. And he's got 2 halfbacks, and it's a handoff up the middle. But, going nowhere. I think that was number 70. That was Antonio. And he had a monster game last week against Bedford, and you saw that one. That was just another one of those haul downs. And that picked up maybe 2 yards. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5, but the part of the field where we're at, more than likely, Concord will go for it.
You know, we talked to Antonio after the game last week, and just how he was a man on fire. And he's starting off making solo tackles right now.
Madison in the backfield, and it's going to be a pass play, and it's tipped. Tipped by a Goffstown player. That's incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down and 5, and Concord's going to go for it. Most high schoolers can't kick 47-yard field goals. So
unless you're Joe Michael.
Yeah.
You proved me that last week. I didn't know that.
That guy could do everything, right? Punts.
He looked good last night. I told you I went to
place kicker.
You know,
yeah,
little more than 2 quarters of that football game last night. All right,
let's see what Concord does here. It'll be number 1 under center. That'd be Doward. And look for a pass play.
Trying to draw him offside, Scott.
Nope, it's a pitch. And a hole, and that's going to be really close to a 1st down. And I think they got it.
I think they got it.
That was a good, quick pitch by the Crimson Tide.
Oh, yeah, they're moving the chains.
And they are moving the chains. It's on the 21-yard line. So Goffstown's defense, they're going to have to battle here, through 4 downs of defense because they're at a spot in the field where Concord will go for it. So far, Concord has been moving the ball. They had that really big 30-yard pass play. Doward under center. In motion's number 33. Handoff up the middle. Capos misses a tackle.
He ended up.
But then he able to make the tackle.
Yeah.
It's like arms went around him, and then he got his by the ankles.
What was that invasion of the body snatchers where your arms were coming up out of the ground?
Right. So Leidick finishes him off. 2nd down and 9. Again, where we sit right now will be a 37-yard field goal, which, again, you don't see that often in high school, but
I could do it.
So interesting here in Concord, they've got these lower sets of lights with the supplemental, and hopefully it's not screwing up our camera angle too much. It seems like a little foggy. And it's a quick pass over the middle, almost at the goal line.
That was
Austin Lavoie.
What I liked about that play, Scott, is the quarterback took 0 time to get that
ball out of his hands.
Oh,
I know. It was just a very quick release.
That was a great play.
So that was Austin Lavoie. And
could you see his number?
I couldn't. It's really hard up here, folks, so we apologize.
We got a little glare in our eyes.
Yeah, we got a track in between us and the field. I mean, we got glare in our eyes. But that was a pass to Lavoie. And Goffstown now needs to defend on their 1-yard line. 1st and goal on the 1. Let's look for a run right up the middle. That's it is. It's a handoff, and he does not get in. He's short by about a yard. So good tackling by the Grizzlies. And Caden Perry with the tackle. So again,
2nd down.
Crimson Tide, they're a knocking. And so far, they've been pushing the Goffstown line. So they've gotten penetration.
Yeah, we talked about that early. Maybe coming out a little flat-footed because we think we have an undermatched opponent. So maybe this will wake them up.
Well,
even if they don't score.
What does, right? And it's going to be up another. He's in.
He's in.
He is definitely in. Number 8, right? Rashid Jabo with the touchdown. Goffstown's defense did not look all that great on that drive.
No.
That's what we talked about. You come in thinking like, oh, wow, this is a team that we should beat. But yet, you don't beat somebody unless you tackle and play some defense. So now Concord go for the extra point. Number 69's coming in for, looks like, extra blocking.
Well,
Hunter Jeffers.
Over dinner, you and I both predicted the score. And if this extra point is made, that means Concord has already reached what I had them at.
Oh. And that kick looks good. So it's a quick 7-0 lead in the first quarter for the Concord Crimson Tide.
It took
and
5
the
minutes.
band is playing. That didn't take all that long. Less than 4-minute drive. And again, if you're Coach Nick Hammond, you're like, come on, boys. You played so well. And honestly, they just kind of ate them up on that particular play.
It was really that one big play and then just a bunch of pushing from, which good on them. Good on them.
But I think, you made a good point earlier. You talked about the quarterback, Doward, where very quick passes. So it's a crisp slant pass, and those are hard to defend.
And that's kind of what we're missing this year to this point is that's exactly what Jared Hanault would do last year.
Right.
Take the ball, get it out of his hand, into one of our 4 receivers.
And that's really, what, if we can get that play going, very powerful for us because we have at least 4 receivers with really good speed. So it looks like Goffstown now, notice how they're playing up more. Before they had their kickoff receivers, returners, I should say, right around the 5-yard line. And no high school kid is really booting the ball down to the goal line. And if they do, God bless them.
Yeah.
So Strickland is up to the 15, and others, Osborne, are on the 15, almost, they're going to step up even to the 20-yard line. And it's a squib kick.
That's Robbie Bagidi. Oh, who took it from Robbie Bagidi?
Yeah, that was not a good move. And the reason being, I'm going to tell you why. Because Robbie Bagidi was going to be going forward, and I think Will Sasso was going backwards.
That's like a baseball play where somebody should have called fair catch.
Yeah, but,
I got it. Call me off.
This has been the strategy that we've seen all year in Division I New Hampshire football is that no one is really kicking the ball. We kick the ball a little bit deep, but they're very content to kind of put a squib kick right around the 30, 35. So Goffstown will come out with Josh Webb at quarterback, and let's see, they've got a naked backfield. So they've got 4 receivers and a tight end.
From the 37.
Got Strickland in motion. Strickland takes the handoff, and he was attempted to get tackled, but he picks up 4 or 5 yards on a play that didn't look like was almost busted.
It looked like the defender spun him forward.
Yeah. Well, I think the defender tried to tackle him, and I think Strickland's strength just kind of forced that type of a tackle.
Yeah.
So you got Caden Perry closest to you on the bottom part of your screen. Strickland then in the slot, and we probably have Jonah Lopez up top, 2 running backs.
Who's the second one?
Duval was in motion. It's a run play to number 11. That's Bagidi.
Go ahead, Robbie Bagidi.
Go down the sideline. Bagidi goes all the way to the 30-yard line. Robbie Bagidi, he picked up a good, 30 yards on that run.
41. Oh, yeah.
Almost a 30-yard run by Bagidi.
Good for him.
So you have a dual threat back there, Duval and Bagidi. So first down for Goffstown.
I was talking to Robbie Bagidi the other day, and he said, I like playing defense more than I like playing offense.
Really?
He was like, I'd rather hit people than be hit.
All right, Duval's in motion. It's a quick pass out to Duval. He's got a good block up front, and he cuts it back, and he picks up only about maybe 4 yards on that play, maybe 5.
Yeah, and the yards he did pick up
were all earned.
Yeah, those were all earned.
I talked to him. We talked to him after the game, and he just said that, one of his goals is that he does not want to go down on the first hit.
Yep.
So he wants multiple guys to take him down. So the Goffstown Grizzlies are on the 25-yard line of Concord. On the line, you'll see Toby Halpern. He's at right tackle, it looks like. Next to him is Antonio. And here we go for our next 2nd down and 5. Webb takes a snap in the shotgun, hands it off, but quickly, he was tackled, but no. Duval gets a 1st down. I thought he was going to get tackled for a loss.
Well, that's exactly what you just said. I do not want to be taken down on the first contact.
Holy cow.
That kid doesn't surprise me. He's hard as nails, Scott.
So that'll be a 1st down. They got to move the chains. Chain gang a little slow here on Concord. Not as good as what we have in Goffstown. They train the chain gang.
They do.
You were part of that, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
Here's Webb looking deep. And it's a drop pass by, who was that? I can't see. Is that Perry?
Yeah, Caden Perry.
Caden Perry. That slipped through his hands.
That coverage was pretty tight, too, though. So looking at 2nd and 10 from the 18.
Right. This will be another, situation where, Goffstown look for them to go for it if they're in a 4th down yardage. Pass over. Just not.
That was off of his fingers.
Little off his fingertips, but it was a little ahead of him. I liked the lead there. That was Sasso. So Sasso.
You have to lead like that in that situation.
You do, and that was so we got 2 situations where Goffstown receivers on a timing route were not able to bring it in. And you know something, when you make a catch like that, you know you're going to get popped.
Well, and Sasso has good hands,
yeah.
And I don't think he's scared of getting popped, so I think that just went off the tips there.
Another pass. Cuts it
Caden
back.
Perry.
Caden Perry down to the 8-yard line, and he is also pretty close to a 1st down, but let's see.
And calling for 1st down, drop the sticks.
So it's probably on the 8-yard line, I'm thinking. It's hard because the sticks are closest to us. So it's a 1st and goal situation.
From the 7, Scott.
From the 7-yard line. Webb in the pistol with Duval next to him. And another passing situation.
Stay on your feet.
And he's in.
Aaron Duval
had a nice cutback move. That ball was overthrown a little bit. But Duval was able to corral it. It's not like he's throwing to Peyton Strickland, who's 6'4". He's throwing pretty much to Duval, who is maybe 5'8" on a good day.
That whole drive was Aaron Duval, Scott.
Yeah, it was. Well, and Robbie Begitti's 30. Robbie Begitti.
Yeah.
So to kick is number 40 for Goffstown. And you like to call him the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper.
And that kick is good. So we got a tie ball game, folks, here with under 5.5 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. Again, I want to thank Aiden Pena, our cameraman, and Dave Stephan in our studio for our first ever away game broadcast. We have this Live View device, which allows us to broadcast, live. And I've been waiting for this moment for years to do this. And I want to wish good greetings, I guess, to everybody in Goffstown who's watching this on either Facebook or GTV or YouTube. Appreciate all of your support.
Can you watch this on Facebook?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Aiden. Can they watch this on Facebook? YouTube. So it's YouTube and GTV. So Goffstown came back there, right? So they had not the greatest defensive effort with the Crimson Tide in that first drive, but they put the 7 points back up.
Both of those drives looked easy from both offenses.
And the kickoff is to the 20-yard line once again. And tackled, gobbled up real quick. And
I think that was Seth Osborne.
The first person to make the play was number 21 for Goffstown, and that was Owen Barry.
Good for Owen.
Yep.
Good for Owen Barry. Special teams, crucial part of the game, Scott. For some folks that are not starting offense, starting defense, that's the way you get on the field.
I agree. And also, it's the way you get on the field maybe next year.
Absolutely.
So you got to prove your worth. So let's see what Goffstown can do, some defensive adjustments. As I said, they're out without, Cody, who's a really premier player, middle linebacker. in motion. And a handoff is like a counter-type play. And he gets gobbled up after picking up around 2 to 3 yards. And that was, I can't see the name.
Was that Matt Burke, 63 again?
I think so. Apologize, folks. Unfortunately, we got these low lights. And I'm sure you've seen it on the broadcast, but they're kind of staring us in the face.
And they're 75 yards away, and it's nighttime, and we're old.
And we're old. Yeah. And my vision is way worse than yours. But when you said you had vision problems and you're driving tonight, I'm like, ooh, maybe not a good move.
They put the lines on the road for a reason.
And pass play, quickly. Nice pass.
He does a good job.
He does. He's a super quick release. That's Doward.
56.
And that's a first down. So Goffstown's going to have to tighten that up somehow. And I think what Doward is doing, he's looking at these holes.
He's just eating up the flat. That's all. There's nobody in the flat.
Yeah. So Goffstown's going to have to make some adjustments here and probably spread out a little bit deeper, or I should say wider.
That's probably where we're going to miss a little bit of Ryan Cody with that lateral speed.
Right.
And obviously being a defensive captain on this football team for a long time.
Doward under center. In motion and handoff to the sideline. And he breaks a tackle and picks up another first down. So Osborne with the tackle. 15-yard gain.
We cannot allow.
And I think that was number 8, Rashid Jabo. And he's kind of torn them up so far.
Yeah. We can't allow them to get 15 yards at a time.
Well, what I find kind of amazing here is that they're kind of driving the ball at will here, both on the ground and in the passing game. And it's going to be another pass play with pressure, and the ball's dropped, unfortunately. So that pass was intended for Devon Duncan.
Robbie Bagidi had good tight coverage down here on the near sideline, too.
Yeah, it's like I said, I've been saying this all season long. Well, 3 games, I should say. That, it seems like it's all season long. Unfortunately, there were 2 games that weren't played. But Bagidi, for never playing football, seems to have a knack for coverage, which I think is one of the toughest spots to play on defense.
He got a New Hampshire Sports Page helmet sticker this week.
Ball's going deep.
Turn around.
Down the sideline. And almost intercepted.
Oh, he dropped it? Was that Sasso? Yes.
Yeah.
That was in his hands.
Well, what they did there is the Concord Crimson Tide, they had 2 players going deep there. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make the safety make some decisions. And on that, there was no safety help for either Sasso or Bagidi there. Maybe a little bit on Sasso's side, but number 9, Duval. One thing you have to be careful with when you're safety is that you get sucked in on play action.
Yes.
So this will bring up a third and 10.
Should have been picked off, Scott.
Well, the ball was a little underthrown, and now Doward.
Overthrown.
Overthrown a bit. And that's really his first, actually his first not so crisp short pass.
Otherwise, he looks good, though.
He does look good. And so that'll bring in the punter for the Crimson Tide.
We gotta ask Dave what we have to do to get our instant replay iPad out on our now live broadcast.
I don't know how that works,
games.
but this is a tough part of the field. Look for, you could look for a fake here because you don't have a whole lot to lose.
They're not going to fake it.
Well, you never know. And he just barely gets it off. Short kick, but to the sideline. Fielded by a Goffstown player who goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Is that Bobby Schaefer?
Yeah. Hey, if you could tell through those lights, good for you.
I was trying.
Yeah. What's a little weird is they have, like
good lighting.
They have good lighting, so it's a bit odd, but
they must have saw something pregame. I don't know.
Yeah, who
or
knows?
Maybe this is normal operating procedures for them.
I don't know. I've been here a few times. I don't recall these lights.
All right, Mr. Webb.
All right, so we've got 3 receivers to the bottom part of your screen and 2 on top. So naked backfield in motion is Strickland, who gets the handoff.
Oh,
he strong arms, stiff arms him, and he is going to go to the house. Peyton Strickland, will he get caught? That's the question. He's not going to get caught. He's going to go in for a touchdown. An 85-yard Touchdown by Peyton Strickland, showing his speed.
I don't even know what to say, Scott.
I tell you, I wasn't quite sure there around the 25-yard line if the Crimson Tide defender was going to catch him, and Strickland just put the afterburner on.
I found myself last week yelling when Peyton was making good plays, and I'm trying not to do that.
I did.
Well, good.
I can say
we both can't do it, though. Well, we did, though. It didn't sound bad.
I just don't want to scream so much like Tom Brady and lose my voice.
I saw that on the news last
I
night
don't know.
or ESPN. What a play.
So
Again,
Grim Langholt for the extra point, and it is good. Goffstown takes a 14-7 lead on an 85-yard handoff for Peyton Strickland. And, you know, one of the things that I know I've talked to Coach Hammond about is you have to put the ball in your best player's hands as best as you can. And sometimes that means that being a receiver, you're going to be able to throw to him. But he can play the Wildcat. He can. In that case, he was a receiver in motion.
Well,
he's hard to take down.
He stiff-armed a guy right here, somewhere around the 20-yard line, and then got through a hole and, again, outran the entire secondary for the other 80 yards or so.
That was something special. And
I thought he was going to get caught perhaps down here around the 15.
Yeah, it looked like, you know, when you think about it, between his crossfield running in motion, he ran 100 yards on that play.
Hope he's out there getting some water.
So Langhold, who is a Norwegian
foreign exchange
student who never played football, nice kick to the 15, and breaks the tackle. This could be trouble. No, he gets quickly corralled at around the 35-yard line by Seth Osborne.
Seth is all over the place right now.
And I think we had Will Patnode on that one as well.
Good. Well, that looked easy. So
Doward comes in now, and I still want to see Goffstown kind of
aggressive on defense.
A little bit more aggressive because they've given up some big plays.
They certainly have.
You know, the running back, Jabo, he has had, you know, a couple of – I bet you he's had you know, probably 35, 40 yards of rushing already. Quick out. Drops it.
For 32.
Yeah, so Duncan, that ball went right through his hands. That, you know, I think, you know, in my opinion, Doward, he put a little heat on that one.
He did.
But he had to.
Yeah.
If you can't float a pass out into the flat like that.
No, that's a pick six.
That's a pick six.
Yeah.
So you got to put something on it, and it went right through Duncan's hand. So a second down and 10.
From the
Crimson
39.
Tide, yep, from the Crimson Tide 39. Got two backs. And it's going to be a handoff. He breaks free, picks up about a good 8 yards. So that'll bring up a third down and 2. Again, he just broke through on that right side of the line. And
just trying to see who's over there for us.
On the carry.
Number 71 is
Danny
playing.
LeClaire.
Is Danny LeClaire, right?
Hey, Scott, you see me? I don't even need our roster much anymore.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Sometimes. With the kids I know.
I just feel like we're so far away. It's hard to see.
And their black numbers against the maroon jerseys.
Yeah, it's really difficult to see the numbers. And it's going to be a handoff. And that's going to be a first down.
Who was that? That was Seth Osborne again.
And who was that? Number 5.
That was Seth Osborne.
Number 5, that was Madison on the run for the first down. And again, this is what Goffstown has had difficulties on the ground game.
Well, we certainly didn't have any difficulties last week, so I don't know perhaps
which is odd. Which is odd because if you look at the line for Bedford, those guys were big. And a handoff up the middle, but he got tripped up. I'm not sure by who. But Jabba got tripped up at around the 48-yard line. Halpern.
Toby Halpern on the tackle. Good for you, Toby. That was a quick handoff, too.
Oh, yeah.
I like the play of Concord's quarterback. He's quick.
He's quick decision maker, right?
Yeah.
And I like he
disguises well.
He disguises well. That's what I was going to say. So we've got a 2nd and 8.
Speaking of disguise, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I don't know. Oh, tipped pass.
Oh, come on.
And could not be intercepted, but I think that was, number 71 had a tip on that?
That's Danny Leclerc.
I think it was. But a good tip pass will bring up a 3rd down and 8. And this is where Goffstown was able to hold the Crimson Tide last time, right around this
almost
midfield.
the same spot.
Yeah, similar spot. Sasso is your cornerback to the near side of the screen.
Let's get Sasso an interception.
Let's see what they do here. I wouldn't be surprised if they go deep.
Oh, come on.
And he cuts back, and he gets gobbled up by a bunch of Grizzlies. 71.
Danny Leclerc.
And number 16,
Schaefer.
Bobby Schaefer. Yeah. So let's see what Crimson Tide are going to do. It's at the 44-yard line, 4th and 4. They might go for it.
They're probably.
I would. I mean, I think they're 0-3 record. I think on these situations you go.
Yeah, they're probably going to let this clock run out and get us to the 2nd quarter, perhaps.
So we've got a
Maybe not.
4th down and 4. Grizzlies need a stop here. Look for a handoff. Nope, it's going to be a pass play. He has no contain there. Oh, was that a hold? And he gets a 1st down.
It was about a 25-yard run, Scott.
Yeah. That was a great run by the QB.
That's where we've been getting beat
But they
on the runs.
But they lost containment, on that side. So a really good run by the Crimson Tide quarterback, Zach Doward, to pick up a 1st down at the 29-yard line, and that'll do it for the 1st quarter. Goffstown leads 14-7, folks. And Joe, I got to tell you, not a real crisp game for your Goffstown Grizzlies.
On the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Our offensively, our first drive.
You scored in your first 2 drives, so
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But, the other thing, defensively, the challenge is that Concord is spending a lot of time on the offensive side of the ball, which tires out your defense.
They're also using a lot of time by running the
Yeah,
ball. So
right. Which is a smart move. I mean, if you know that Goffstown probably has an advantage to you on the offensive side of the ball, you're going to have to try to slow this thing down a bit.
Yeah, between Concord's quarterback and their running back, they're pretty quick in the backfield back there. And we're going to have to do something to tighten up the left side of our defensive line in order to, mitigate that from happening, because that appears to be their favored side to get to.
I would agree. But that's, again, these games are won and lost, on the lines, and it just doesn't appear as if Goffstown's defensive line is as strong as it was last week against, arguably a tougher Bedford team. So sometimes you come in.
Well, at this point, the Cardinals have already scored the same amount of points as Bedford did against us last week. So.
Yeah. Okay, so the ball is on the 29-yard line of the Grizzlies. In the backfield is number 5, Madison. And it's going to be a handoff to number 5. And quickly is Seth Osborne in on that tackle after a gain of maybe 1.
That was better.
I tell you, we picked 4 people last week to interview, and arguably you could have had Seth Osborne. You also could have had Ryan Cody. We only picked 4, but those 2 played a whale of a game. And I think you're seeing Seth Osborne, it's kind of all over the field.
Yeah,
And
special teams, defense.
And he's a sure tackler, which I think is key. Doward, he rolls to his left, and he goes out of bounds, but no, he doesn't. He cuts it back, and he picks up another 1st down. I thought he was going to go out of bounds. He was straddling the sideline, and he picks up another 15 yards.
I wish I could see that far to try to understand what happened.
So what happened was, he rolls to his left. Again, Goffstown is not able to contain him, which they've got to figure this out.
They got to spy him.
And so it looks like he's going to go out of bounds, and then he cuts it back.
I was talking to Seth Osborne's mom last night at the Bedford game.
So first and goal, by the way, folks, at the 8-yard line.
I'll get back to that in a minute, Scott.
In motion, handoff up the middle, and he gets stopped by Goffstown number 9 and number 16. That would be Duval
and Schaefer.
So what you're saying?
Yeah, I was talking to his mom last night at the Bedford game, and we were just talking about, oh gosh, our babies are seniors, and she was talking about when Bobby was like in the 7th grade and the 8th grade. I'm not Bobby, Seth. She was like, I didn't think he was going to be tall enough to play high school football. And then you look at him on last week, tonight. We've already called his name 8 or 9 times.
The kid's got a heart, man, and he's strong. So Doward under center. Let's see if they're going to try to punch this in on the run. And it's another handoff. Cuts back. I think he's in. That's a touchdown, folks.
No, that's not.
They're saying no. 1-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So, again, if you're the Grizzlies, you got to kind of tighten up here. You know, they're leading 14-7, but Concord is knocking on the door.
Again.
They're only 1 foot away. And honestly, they've had no problems picking up 1 yard in the rushing department. And I think that's been what I'm surprised at most is Goffstown's run stopping ability. They just haven't had it.
Yeah, we've done good stopping the pass at this point, but why pass when you can make chunks off?
Yeah, but they're picking
like
up,
this.
And then they haven't been able to contain Doward. And it's run up the middle, and he's in.
Yeah, he's in.
Stands up. So it's Jabo with a touchdown. So that'll tie, well, I should say an extra point away from tying it up. So far, kudos to the Crimson Tide of Concord. I mean, they've done an incredible job running the ball, and like you said before, eating up clock in the process.
Again, when you look at schedules, which I did today on New Hampshire Sports page, you see Concord down way at the bottom of our division, 0-3. And then, kids, the players can look at the same thing and go, oh, man, I know we've only played 2 games.
So this game is tied up, folks. So we've had Concord 3 possessions, 2 touchdowns. The Grizzlies 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. So this has been an all-offensive effort. Not a whole lot of D. Not a whole lot of D here in Concord at Memorial Field.
We're on pace to be like 55-55.
Well, one thing that I noticed during the Exeter game, and this is starting to feel like defensively a little bit like the Exeter game, where you got to make some adjustments. The coaching staff hopefully is having some conversations because they're ripping off too many yards on the ground.
Yeah, I'm sure they're game planning right now to make hopefully in-game adjustments, but if not, at least halftime adjustments.
Yeah, you've got to make an adjustment there because and I'm not saying that you want to necessarily dare Doward to throw the ball. As you can see, he's got a good arm, but you can't be giving up 10, 15-yard rushes.
All right. Strickland,
so
Schaefer, and Perry.
So this is Jake. So Jacob Plant is the kicker.
He's about to do that little angle kick again over there.
Yeah, it's funny. They give us a roster with 2 number 6s,
Yeah.
And that's another kind of squib kick.
Baghetti.
Fair catch. He drops it. And I think it's picked up by number 21 by the Grizzlies, but went right through his hands.
So I think he was busy calling the fair catch, and the ball went right between his hands and hit him off the chest plate.
Oh, boy, Goffstown is lucky there. So they'll take – so Barry – Owen Barry saves the day.
Way to go, Owen Barry.
So Baghetti's going to owe him like
cheeseburger,
a Dairy Queen Blizzard or something after that one. So let's see what Goffstown can do. They've scored a touchdown on their first 2 possessions. You'll see Sasso and Caden Perry to the bottom part of your screen. Peyton Strickland is in the slot. And Jonah Lopez up top. Duval in the backfield. And we've got a flag probably... Let's see, what is that?
False start.
Oh, not a good way to start if you're the Grizzlies on this drive. So bring up a 1st and 15.
From the 35.
You really can't be offsides. It would be a false start. But
all right.
I always wonder, too, like when you're coming off, it's like you can see if you're in the heat of the moment, but like it's your first play. It's like, okay, here's the count coming out of the huddle. And it's a handoff to Duval, and not a whole lot there. Maybe 3 yards on that.
I wish Josh Webb would look a little more
Well,
actual.
He doesn't.
In his,
right.
In his,
so
his
if you look
play
at the
fake.
difference between Doward and Webb, and again, Webb this is his first year varsity quarterback.
Yeah, of course.
But Doward does a little bit better job, kind of faking it.
Right.
Right?
That's just part of learning, right? Josh
What you
drops
show,
back.
what you don't show. But also keep in mind that Josh is 6'5". Is a blitz, and he's going to get tackled. So good pressure by the Crimson Tide. Number 1, and that is your quarterback on that one, Doward. So Doward blitzes and drops the Grizzlies for a big loss. This will bring up a 3rd down and forever, 3rd and 19.
That was a little quarterback on quarterback action there.
Yeah, but, I give credit to the Crimson Tide defense for, putting a little bit of heat up the middle.
We were just talking as that was happening about, young Josh Webb and his quarterback learning.
Yeah.
Right. You got to step up into the pocket sometimes.
Yeah, in that case, I don't think he had a prayer because he would have just stepped up right into Doward's grill. So we got Duval in the backfield. Do a quick slant to Strickland. Just intercepted, way overthrown, and then brought down by number 10, Lopez. But that ball was like 5 feet over Strickland's hands. So momentum has shifted quite well over to the Crimson Tide side. So Josh Webb throws an inadvertent pass over the head of Strickland for an easy interception for the safety.
I think part of the communication between Peyton and Josh Webb is Peyton will tell the quarterback, if he's uncomfortable, just throw the ball up.
Yeah.
I'll go up and get it.
Yeah.
But you can't go
Not
up
that.
and get a pass like that.
No, you can't. You can't climb a 15-foot ladder, right? I mean, that's what that was. I mean,
Yeah.
That
was just way off.
So let's see if Goffstown could do anything here. I mean, it's been all the Crimson Tide on the ground here. And it's going to be a handoff to the sideline. Again, Goffstown is not fumble, but Goffstown is not containing the edge whatsoever. On both sides of the field, they're not. And again, I give credit to the Crimson Tide. Their running backs and their receivers are quick to the sidelines, but you got to contain that edge.
Yeah, you see that the difference between their running game and our running game is they're quick. They get to their spot. They continue to play. Like even when we're doing well, and Aaron Duval had a fantastic game last week. He'll get to a spot, cut, jump, spin, and that just reduces speed.
Yeah,
right. You got to get north and south at some point.
And Jabo has had a really good game, and it's a handoff up the middle, and he breaks one tackle, but he gets taken down by the Grizzlies at the 22-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and I think about 4.
It was number 56 from the Goffstown Grizzlies.
Yeah. I apologize. It's a 2nd down and 5.
Who's 56? Is that Leidick?
56, yeah. Yep, Adam Leidick, I'm sorry.
Adam. Good job, Adam Leidick.
But it picked up 4 to 5 yards on that play. Again, it's all running. They're just very content. Another handoff up the middle.
Wow.
And that one doesn't go very far.
There was a pretty sizable hole there for a moment, though.
Yeah, it closed up quickly. That was Wiggin, and he gets gobbled up.
So it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 3 from the 21.
And
Antonio Campos on that tackle.
3rd and 3. This is 4-down territory, so another handoff.
Oh.
And he gets maybe 2. So Duncan picks up, let's see, they're looking to move the chains, and they are.
I think that was number 63, Matt Burke, on the tackle.
Look at Goffstown's scoring, right? Peyton Strickland had an 85-yard run, boom, that was the first play.
Yep.
They had the ball for 10 seconds, right? And then they had a couple of, it was a quick score on their first possession. Concord has been on the field the vast majority of this first half. Offensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we got a 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line, and another handoff. And there's a flag that comes in very late. And that was Cam Hyzak on the tackle. And I think Osborne also went on that one. And let's see what we got for the flag.
So Cam Hyzak's a sophomore, isn't he?
Yeah.
Out here getting some varsity time on Friday night.
And we've got, let's see, chop block, right? Or block below the weight, right?
I didn't think that was the symbol for chalk block.
You're right. It's not a chop block, but it's an illegal block. That's usually a 10 to sometimes 15-yard penalty. Let's see what. I couldn't really see.
Looked like he was playing leapfrog, the referee.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Not sure I've ever seen that signal before.
Yeah. I think it could. Let's see.
Wow. Oh, you're. Look
Calls
at you,
the
Scott.
chop block. Yeah. Every once in a while, even Aiden, he's looking back and he's like, "Holy crap, Scott got that one right."
I don't.
You know why? Because you don't see it. You don't. It's not a penalty that's called a lot.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a referee bend over at the waist and throw his hands at his toes on a chalk block.
It was almost like Karate Kid Mr. Miyagi move or something. But
maybe he stretched.
So it's a
before the
first
game.
and 25, way back now at the 27-yard line. Doward, and he fumbles it. And number 63 Burke is there. So that was a pitch, by the way. Goffstown, if he catches that ball, no contain again on that side of the field. So second down and 26 yards to go. But, man, they got to be careful. One thing I like about the Crimson Tide, though, is they're showing a lot of different looks, a lot of different plays.
They are, which is obviously probably why they're moving the ball so well, right? I mean, our defense is kind of on their heels at this point,
It's like,
not knowing what to do.
Right, what are they going to throw at us? So Hyzak, you'll see he is playing like a nickelback.
Pass.
Yeah. Good catch. What a catch. And he's hurt. I think he got hurt, though, unfortunately, but he straddled the sideline, and I think he's hurt. I think he hurt his ankle.
Yeah, I was trying to see if he landed in bounds, but all the players are down
no,
there.
This one makes me a little bit nervous because it looked like it was, like an ankle type of thing.
Yeah, he kind of
I think he was trying to toe tap.
Yeah.
And if you don't toe tap right, you can really get hurt. And so we're going to take a break here a little bit. So we could come off show the field. And we got an injured player on the sidelines. So let's talk a little bit, Joe, about we got a 14-14 game with under 4 minutes to play now. And we're going to take a little bit of a break here while we attend to the injured Concord player. Hopefully he is okay. But, not a real crisp night for the defense. And, again, 2 out of 3 drives, Goffstown puts up a touchdown. But it's just they don't have nearly the intensity or energy that they had last week.
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say. Last week, first home game, fired up. I don't think we missed a lot last week, right?
Right.
This week, again, kind of in their minds, perhaps, undermatched opponent. They hadn't won a football game. We should beat them. You see this every Saturday in college football. We should beat them, and then mistakes happen.
Yeah.
And then upsets happen.
No doubt. So I got the Concord players on their knees. It just didn't look like, whenever you see a player like pretty much punch the ground, you know that they're in pain. So hopefully he's okay. So we got a special halftime. Aiden was telling me that, because we're live, we got something special. I think we got like Dr. Dre and Jay-Z doing like some halftime type show for us in the studio.
Yeah, but I heard that you were doing the lip syncing.
Yeah. Milli Vanilli back in the day.
Blame it on the rain.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, can you imagine, right, Joe, if we could somehow come up with like halftime entertainment on I don't know what we have a talent though.
Sock puppets.
No.
We can just do the whole.
No. I don't know. But we got to come up with something because we've never had this before. We've never had a live, type of situation. And Aiden, I'm at a loss here. Like, what do we do?
Skits.
So do we know? Have we talked about this? Has Dave talked about this?
We could just watch the band. Or.
All right, so the Concord player is up on his feet, thank goodness.
We could do satirical comedy.
And he had a beautiful catch.
That was a great catch.
And he picked up a lot of yards that were lost on that clipping penalty. So that'll bring up like a 3rd and 13. So yeah, we're going to have to come up with some ideas, for halftime. So folks, if you're out there in YouTube or Twitterverse or whatever, you got to give us some ideas. Or if you're interested in maybe, Joe, you do any magic or anything like that? Or
Ultimate Twister.
Maybe I got an idea. You can do some like barbecuing tips, right? Right? Not live, but you can show like your grill master expertise.
Oh, just have video of it.
And then we show the video. It's like, look what Joe can do, right?
Yeah, we got to do that at home game. Well, I only cook for our home games anyway.
Well, maybe that needs to
entice the crowd.
Maybe you need to start cooking for away games.
Maybe I should. I'll feed you.
I don't know.
And but that'll cut our dinner out.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no. Yeah. That would cut our dinner out.
So we've got under 4 minutes to play. We got a tie game, 14-14. And Doward's coming in with a 3rd and 13 on the 16-yard line.
Our DB just got smoked like I smoked my ribs all night long.
So again, Goffstown's facing 2 halfbacks.
Little Bama Jamma here.
And it's a pass play. And the pocket closes.
Oh,
and
nice.
Strickland comes in and lays lumber on Doward. So Peyton Strickland with the tackle, bring up a 4th down and 13. That's on the 19-yard line. This would be a 38-yarder.
Looks like they're bringing out their kickers.
Yeah, listen, so they've got somebody who can kick. Good for them. You often don't. I think anything over 40 yards in high school is like a really good kick. But let's see. Who is the kicker? I can't even see. Help
me. 6?
6?
I think it was.
Okay, that would be Jacob Plant. So let's see. This will be interesting. And the snap and the kick. It looks good. That is a good kick.
Wow.
A 35-yard field goal by Jacob Plant. Nice job.
Nice job.
Woo.
And it was almost blocked.
That was true. And that thing could have went 40 easily.
He had a good, nice, tight spiral on that. Not spiral, but end over end.
Yeah, that was a really good kick. So Concord comes in here saying, hey.
Not in my house.
Not in our house. And you know what? Let's see what Goffstown can do to kind of react to this. They've got enough time, 3 minutes and 6 seconds.
We got plenty of time. 2 timeouts.
I'd say knock on wood, but, we're hoping here that, Goffstown just needs to be a little bit more careful with the ball. I mean, that last interception, led to that score.
Scott, you say knock on wood, and I just happen
a lot of wood.
I happen to look down, and this entire set of bleachers is made out of wood.
And
it's a little bouncy.
And it's bouncy, baby.
It's a little bouncy.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I wish I hadn't looked down. Now I'm a little terrified.
You're terrified. You tell me that you're in these high-rises in Abu Dhabi, and you're worried about bleachers that are maybe 30 feet off the ground? Come on.
They weren't wood.
They weren't wood. Oh, gosh. All right, so the gentleman who hit that 35-yard field goal, Jacob Plant, will now kick off, and he's just been content kicking it like 15, 20 yards down the field.
Yeah, but he stepped up. He stepped back a little farther than when he was doing those angle
how
kicks.
How often is Goffstown just going to sit there? And that's another. Let's see if that goes out of bounds.
That's Caden
Good
Perry.
kick.
Go, Caden. Other side of the field. North and south, Caden.
And he gets gobbled up at around the 33-yard line. But that was a nice kick because it was straddled the sideline.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so Goffstown will take over on the 28, looks like. 28-yard line. And I think, it's those little intangibles, right? So we kick off, and it seems like every time we kick off, the other team takes over around the 40, if not more. And then when we get the ball, we're getting it around the 30 a lot. And those 10 yards make a difference.
We're just trying to pad Josh Webb's stats so when he throws a long touchdown bomb to Caden Perry or Jonah Lopez, it's just a longer touchdown.
In motion is Perry. And he gets the handoff. And he gets hauled down. Oh, my goodness. That was a throwdown.
Good downfield block by Aaron Duval on that.
Who made that tackle? I got to call his name out. I couldn't see it, but hopefully the public address announcer has that. But that was a throwdown. Austin Wells.
I thought he said Gary.
Oh. I don't have the other clipboard, so. Oh, hold on a second. Austin Wells. Oh, you're right here, number 88. That was a takedown. Pass out. Oh, great tackle. Uh-oh, Strickland is down. He was vulnerable on that one, and he took a hit.
He's getting up. Good job, son.
So he's going to come off.
That hit looked a little low. I don't know if it was in the abdomen or, you know, a little below the abdomen.
But he was vulnerable on that one. You know, he went up for it, and there was a defender right there.
Again,
so that third down and 10.
You got to get that ball close to, especially on those quick dump passes. You got to get the ball closer to the hands instead of having your receivers having to bring their hands above their head.
There's not a whole lot going on for the Grizzly offense now. Crimson Tide has clamped down. Perry moves over. We got what going on now? We got to have a timeout by the Crimson Tide. And Goffstown is 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. They trail 17-14. And, man, the last two possessions for Goffstown, they look like they're clueless, quite honestly. The offense is not jiving.
Look,
there's no continuity in their offense.
I like what Concord just did, though. They see we're at 3rd and 10. There's still over 2 minutes left to go in the halftime. They're like, stop here. We'll get the ball back. Let's try to score on them again.
Yeah, I agree. And they really haven't made Concord hasn't made any errors. They really haven't.
No.
What I'm surprised at, why aren't we like running the ball up the middle? Or like Duval had a great game and there was so much, and we really have. Now we're doing everything that we're doing is like sweep runs and.
Yeah, we shouldn't have changed the running game that much. Let's see what happens this play.
So Duval is right next to Webb, and it's another pass play. He dumps it over to Duval. He shakes and bakes, and he is at the 36-yard line. And but see, here's my problem is that, you know, you pick up 7 yards on that. Here comes
the hammer. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'd be curious to see if we're going to punt here.
No, I forgot number 80 is the punter. I thought we were going to go Wildcat and pick up the 2 or 3 yards.
We might go Wildcat. So let's just see what's going on here.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. Good to see 8-0 back in the game, though.
Or do you just punt? You let them punt.
Not that tight. Yeah, he got it.
He did get it.
Yeah, he got it. A smart play. You got a kid that's 6'4", 226 pounds, runs a 4.5, 40. You know, got to pick up a couple.
They're calling for a measurement here. But if you saw with that referee, he went, the referee went like all the. Okay.
Okay.
No, it was just so weird that everybody seemed to be stopping, but yet like the referee went way beyond the marker.
Are they measuring or are they not?
Well, the public address, they're moving the chains, but it was very, very odd because the referee he stopped about a yard more than where the chain was.
I like the call from Nick Hammond on that 4th down, though. Let's not give them the ball back. They're moving it pretty easily on this, right?
And you know what? If I hate to say it, but if you can't pick up like 2-3 yards. Now, granted, it's a gutsy call because it was on your 37, but but that's not unlike Goffstown. I mean, when Justin Huff was the head coach, that guy would go for it on 4th down and 2 on the 20.
That's why they give you 4.
Yeah.
I'm a proponent of that.
So look what you got here now. Like, Webb is not in the game. So Strickland is the quarterback. In motion is Duval, and Duval gets the handoff.
Well, that's the play they called last week at the end of the 4th quarter.
But here's the issue. You got to have a little bit more urgency because you only got 1 minute and 11 left. You got to go fast here.
You think they're happy just getting the halftime, Scott?
No, you're not happy to go.
No, I know. I'm not happy. You're not happy.
Because you're down by 3 points.
They run the same
play. Strickland throws it deep, way overthrown. And he was into coverage there. They tried to do the same play that they did last week, but you know what? You do know that coaches watch game film, right?
Some of them.
Yeah. Well, if you're a good coach, you do.
Did you see the tight spiral
Yeah.
on that ball?
Yeah.
That was a 50-yard ball in the air. All right, 3rd and 6.
I also know that if Goffstown would have somebody else peel back to the soft side of the field, Strickland has the arm strength to throw the ball across his body. So let's see, we got 50 seconds left, and we've got a timeout. What's going on here? Concord.
They caught another timeout.
Yeah, well, they weren't set. So 3rd down and 6 on the 43-yard line, and
we still have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, this one will be super interesting because if we don't pick up, let's say 3 or 4 yards here, if we're 4th down and 6 on the 43, I do punt because I don't want to give them a short field.
Well, they've already proved they can kick a 36-yard field goal.
I know that. That's why I don't want to do it. So. Getting a little bit cool out here. I bet you it's probably, around 50, 55 degrees.
I told Aiden, I was like, look, man, it's going to get chilly. I'm going to snuggle with you, deal with it. And he kind of looked at me weird. I was like, man, you do what you have to do when it's cold. So
much of the surprise of people who try to predict these games, and that could be sports writers, ourselves included, Concord has done extremely well here. So we got a 3rd down and 6. Webb back at quarterback. He throws it over the middle, and another pick almost. That was just a abysmal pass. Sorry to say it, but it was like that was not good. So now what do you do?
So there was that, Scott. That was
a tough one to watch.
But also Matt Sasso, Will Sasso, I apologize, was kind of running down the seam. He didn't know where the ball was, but he was only running at half speed anyway.
I almost think that 46 seconds, you got to kick the ball.
Yeah, they got their punt formation now, Scott.
All right. And I'd kick this ball out of bounds. I wouldn't even give him a chance to run it back. So Strickland is the punter, and almost over his head. Good kick.
That was a good kick. There we go. Uh-oh.
And he breaks free. And tackled at the 43-yard line, so not a whole lot of pickup there. Picked up, maybe 10 yards.
That was a pretty good punt.
It's a pretty good punt, but the problem was that it was a pretty good return if you're the Crimson Tide. So 34 seconds left. There's only 1 timeout for Concord, but they've got the ball at the 42.
Yeah, but where they've been beating this is with the running game, right? So you run, you don't get out of bounds, your clock's going to continue to run.
Yeah, but Doward shows that he can throw the ball deep, and the question is that do they want to do it? And I say you go for it. I say you throws the ball deep.
I bet Concord is happy to go to a halftime with a 3-point lead.
Let's see. That's what they're doing. They're just going to kneel.
I don't blame them. They're pleased right now.
Yeah, they're happy.
They're pleased.
So that'll do it. So that'll do it for the first half. Concord surprises Goffstown with a 17-14 lead. Goffstown will take it over they'll get the ball second half. But, I think the story so far has been the ability of the Crimson Tide to run the ball on Goffstown. And I also think the story has also been the ability of Concord to tighten up their defense in the second quarter. Because Goffstown scored in their first 2 possessions, but since then, they've kind of stymied the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it'll be an exciting second half, so we'll see what happens.
All right, so I'm not sure what we'll be doing in the studio, Aiden. Dave is going to do, ukulele lessons, or what are we doing? We're not really quite sure, but we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to come back for second half action live here from Memorial Field. See you soon. And we're back for the second half action at Memorial Field in Concord, New Hampshire. And Joe, probably a little bit of anxiety if you're a Goffstown Grizzly fan. You came in here after a pretty impressive defeat of the Bedford Bulldogs, and Goffstown's kind of played a little flat today.
Yeah, I don't think there's anxiety involved personally. I think, this was a wake-up call.
I'd say if you're a fan, you might have a little anxiety. I do. I'm a fan. I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'm not too nervous because I know what we can do. Again, a little flat-footed in the first half. I think we're going to come out pretty strong here in the second half. And I got to make a first-half correction on myself. I said something about the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's
the Crimson Tide.
Yeah. Oh, someone gave you grief?
No.
Oh.
I'm giving myself grief.
Oh, okay.
I got to give a shout-out, though.
Did you think that you were in Louisville or St. Louis?
Something. The symbol looks the same.
Okay.
We got a comment from, I guess, our Twitter page. It's from Amy Harden. She said she is watching from Brazelton, Georgia.
Awesome. Awesome.
Coincidentally, I have all these after
Relatives.
halftime facts.
Yeah, you probably have.
That is my sister.
Oh, okay.
Peyton's aunt.
Well, I'm glad that we are reaching down south.
I think she voted for that New Hampshire Buffalo Wild Wing player of the week. I think she voted for him for like 6 hours straight.
Well, okay. So I'm glad that you say that.
I know, and he's right here. I want to talk to him
I
about
want
it.
to talk to him about that. But
thank you.
So
Amy.
you look at this thing, right? And this was it was Peyton and this other guy from
Bishop Girton.
Right. And they're kind of neck and then all of a sudden, boom, like 40,000 votes for this kid from Nashua, right?
The crazy thing about that boom you just talked about happened between midnight and 7 a.m.
I heard that
I went to bed at midnight.
I think that the Russians were involved, right?
Was
it a bot? What was going on here?
I think the Bishop Girton guy,
yeah,
I think he had a bot before Nashua guy had a bot, because I would vote.
There's something weird there.
You
can't. Okay, first of all, nobody in their right mind is voting 60,000 times for a high school for a kid to get like 24 Buffalo wings. Come on, give me a break.
I've seen that count get up to around 20,000. I do pay attention to it.
We have to talk to Pete Terrier on this one. Is he the guy?
He's
here. We're gonna have to chat with him.
So yeah, I totally think it was.
I think that
I wouldn't put it past a BG guy or national guy.
I think we need an attorney general investigation here.
I mean, bottom line is my family's not getting fed hot wings because of this.
Exactly. And whether or not Peyton was deserving or not, I just don't know how 60,000 votes get cast. Oh my goodness.
My sister has scabs on her fingers from voting so many times.
Oh God. You would think that they would have like one vote per IP address or something, but I guess not.
It was a rigged election.
Yeah,
I'll leave it there.
Yeah. All right, so Concord's going to kick off to the Grizzlies.
Good.
In the second half.
Let's start it off.
I think you're right. Let's see. But, so in the first half, Goffstown scored on their first two possessions. The first one was kind of like a fairly legit drive. The second one was just a handoff to Strickland, who went 85 yards to the house.
And that was about it.
And that was it. I mean, and other than that, it was just watching the Crimson Tide run all over the Grizzlies.
So, I don't even remember our other possessions. Webb threw a pick.
And then it was just
Strickland punted.
Then we had a punt because we were right around midfield. But it was like we're doing a lot of these sweep runs. And they're not working.
So the sweep run to Strickland, that worked. But, if I had a player like Strickland, I'm not sure I'd put him on a sweep. I'm putting him north and south.
Yeah.
You put somebody like Aaron Duval, Caden Perry.
So, again, you're going to see this again. Again, he's going to kick it to the 20-yard line to Caden Perry again. It's going to be the same thing over and over.
Our three fastest guys are behind him.
See, I would put Strickland up and I would put three guys in the 20, okay? Dare to kick it over your head.
That's to Caden Perry. He got good hands for that, though. Let's go. Let's go, Caden.
He gets gobbled up by number, I can't even see.
Is that number 32?
10.
You're doing better than me, Scott.
I can't even see.
Those black numbers on those crimson.
On the tackle. That would be Trent Kinsvater.
Good job, Trent.
Yeah, nice tackle. So let's see what the Grizzlies can do as they come out for the second half on offense. You got, I think you might see that 4 wide receiver set. And you do. You got trips to the bottom of your screen. Strickland in the slot. Lopez up top. Caden Perry and Will Sasso, and they're going to throw.
There we go again.
And Caden Perry breaks free, and
that's a
almost
late hit
by number 44. I don't know why. Usually you'll see a flag on that. You saw it. I saw it.
You know,
But
those types of throws, Scott.
Those are screens, and
What it tells me, though, is I don't trust my quarterback to throw, an intermediate route to a deep route.
well, that happened to be a pretty good play, and you give Caden Perry the ball in open space,
He's
and
fast.
he does well. I mean, I think all of them. You got Lopez now. He's at the bottom part of your screen.
Lopez made two of the best catches I've ever seen
Great
him make
catches.
last week.
And we got a handoff to Duval, and he gets not a whole lot. Number 71 for
about
Goffstown
4
tries
maybe.
to push him. Danny Leclerc tries to give him another 2 or 3 yards, but Duval picks up about 3, bringing up a 2nd and 7. And I kind of like this. I mean, I think, you want to kind of wear down this Crimson Tide defense a little bit.
Well, that's what we did last week versus Bedford. Aaron Duval run. I mean, he ran 3/4 of the ball game.
And he gets it
There
again.
he
Big
goes.
hole.
Go ahead, Aaron.
And he is not going down. Finally tackled at the 35-yard line. I don't think Duval likes that one. He got like a little pile drive at the end.
That was about a 17-yard run, Scott.
So Duval gets a first down to the 35. It's kind of what we talked about.
It is.
Joe and I, you and I talked at the half.
That's why I wasn't anxious.
Off camera. Well, I am. But we talked about going back to basics and letting Aaron Duval run the ball.
And there he goes.
He goes to the edge. It
Look
doesn't
at him.
go down
Look at him.
first. Right.
Another, 7, Scott?
Yeah. And I think, last year we had a running back in Picard
Did
who
we?
was tough as nails. And he did not go down on like his first, second, or third hit. And now you're seeing, we've got a holding on Goffstown. So that's going to come back. So that's going to be a 1st and 20. That's a tough holding penalty. That negates a big run.
So I think, Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's only the second penalty against us. We had one false start.
Yep.
Now this hold.
And now this one. That was a big hold because it shouldn't be 1st and 25, though. It's 1st and 20.
You know what I would do.
And Caden Perry on the sweep. And he has a little bit of breaking room. He could go all the way, folks. Caden Perry.
Caden Perry.
To the house.
Scott, that's 2 sweeps that we've scored on.
Looks like we have a fan who won't be happy. We're trying to call a game here, ma'am. But so Caden Perry with a touchdown. So he goes all the way to the house.
Yeah. I mean, we just said, get away from the sweep, run north and south.
And then they were
but
able
we've
to
scored
do it.
on 2 sweeps.
Yeah, I mean, Caden Perry has, really good breakaway type speed. And if he can get any little bit of wide open space, he can do well.
I'm glad to see Caden getting in.
And here's
in
the
end
extra
zone, too.
point. And that one is not good.
Wow.
Not good.
Wow.
So it's a 20-17 lead for the Grizzlies. Those extra points always come back
to haunt you.
Yeah.
Well, especially since they've proven that they can kick a field goal, right? You might need that extra point later in the game.
So I'm always amazed. Like, we come to Concord, and it's always like, an issue. We kind of got like a little barked at here because, a little animation, but that was a touchdown run. You're going to have that. But so anyway, so Goffstown takes a 20-17 lead. So their first drive out the gate is good. But now the big question is, can they slow this Concord Crimson Tide offense down, who has done extremely well?
They've done extremely well. The funny thing is, this is exactly how we started the game with our first drive.
I understand that, but if you can't stop the quarterback in Doward and Jabo, who was kind of like run all over you in that first half, then you're going to have a long night.
Yeah.
And
hopefully hold them to 3rd and long, make them punt.
Right. So again, what do we do? Do we just kick it deep like we and then let them get a 38-yard return? So again, you're giving them the opportunity to get a full head of steam. Do you see what I'm seeing? Like, I'm not like some Nostradamus dude, right? But like every single time
40.
we kick it and they get to the 40. Every time.
I was about to comment on that because that's what
here
you
we
said
go
last
again,
time.
right? And then every time we get it, we're getting it like the 20, maybe the 30. So you're giving up like a lot of.
That was
field.
a good return because the young man who fielded that ball was it around the 15, I believe.
The problem is that you keep kicking it straight down the middle. He gets a running head start. You can't do that.
So you're saying kick it away from him?
Kick it or line drives. So Doward under center. And it's going to be a reverse handoff. And picks up a good 4 yards.
That was Seth Osborne on the tackle. Man, you know, I was kind of wondering who was going to plug that spot of Ryan Cody. And Seth Osborne's done a great job tonight.
Yeah, but Seth Osborne was doing well last game as well. A lot of tackles, but Concord really likes that like reverse handoff counter type play, and it's been very successful. Again, Doward content to be under center, and another handoff, and picks up another 3 yards.
Man, that's getting chunks at a time.
Yeah, but you know what? You'll take that if you're Concord. You know, if you can get 3 or 4 yards a time, you're yards at a clip, and you're knocking time off the clock. And this is so reminiscent of the first half because, you know, if you remember, they were getting 3 yards and 4 yards, and then boom, they get a 10-yard run, first down. Keep moving the chains.
Going over the left side.
Goffstown only stopped them, what, once? You know, I think it was only once where they stopped them in that first half. And another run, and
another 4 yards.
It's going to be pretty close.
No, that looks short.
I don't know. It is not.
It's going to be about a yard short.
So will they go for it at the 49? I say yes.
They will.
They definitely will. But now, what does Goffstown do differently? I mean, so do you just, you know, do you threaten? Do you say, hey, I want you to throw the ball? Because if anything, you got to put then like 9 guys in the box.
This is starting to become the same conversation we had at Exeter.
Right.
Fill the box.
You got to fill the box. And look,
right.
so you look at Begidi, like,
and
you got to fill that box. And that's going to be a first down. Beautiful play by Concord. Beautiful play by Doward.
Wow, the young man will not go down.
Yeah, what a great play by Doward for that first down. And then he kept moving. He picked up 5 yards on that quarterback keeper.
I think he picked up 5 additional yards after the first
in my
down.
opinion, Doward is playing an awesome game.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
certainly is.
He's disguising the ball well. He's got a good arm, and his legs are just doing an awesome job so far tonight. So again, the Crimson Tide is very happy just running the ball.
I would be too.
You got 2 receivers up to the top of your screen, and now you're going to have another handoff, and he breaks free, but after he picks up maybe 8 yards. So a good run by the Crimson Tide.
You know, Concord started the game with that little quick or slot hitch. That crisp throw we bragged about, and then their passing game kind of went away, right?
Well, if I'm Concord, I keep running the ball because nobody can stop them.
Well, that's what I was saying.
So
that went away. The quarterback made a couple bad passes. They've been fantastic in the running game.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they would not run.
Look for a pass here, though. This is a great passing situation. 2nd down and 2. And it's another handoff, and that is a first down, in my opinion.
You see what Scott did just now, folks? I was like, I would run the ball. Why not run? Scott was like, this is a passing play.
Oh, well, the reason why I say it's a passing play is because you've got 2 more downs to pick up 2 yards, and maybe you can have a Goffstown defender fall asleep on you. So 3rd down and 1, and it's not exactly if Goffstown is getting like great penetration on their line and pushing the Concord line backwards. I mean, they're giving up, 2, 3, 4 yards. So I look for Doward for another quarterback sneak. Counter handoff, and he picks up a first down. Great first down. Great job. I mean, I don't know what else to say. They're doing a great job running the ball.
Yep.
And Goffstown has no answer to it at this point. So a very, very methodical drive if you're the Crimson Tide. They have not passed at all in this drive. It's all run. And, Goffstown needs to be concerned here because once again, they're spending a lot of time on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I wonder how much range their field goal kicker actually has.
And that's going to be a pass.
No, he don't have
And
anything.
he scrambles, but doesn't get much. So good.
Yeah. He was looking to go to the young man down there in the corner.
And that would have been a tough play anyway because you'd be
running across your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there was nobody else.
I'll tell you, I have a nephew that played quarterback out in Wyoming, of all places. That Mike Hoggett, he could throw the ball across his body in the cold with like 40-mile-an-hour winds, snow. It was crazy how, like, I did that once playing flag football and, like, tore a tricep.
Yeah. All right, 2nd down and 9 at the 30-yard line. Again, this is 4th down territory all day long. Now with the quick pass. Oh.
I wonder if they got lucky on that one the very first time they threw.
He's a big boy, that number 88. Austin Wells, let's see. He's 6'3", 250.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that is a big boy.
3rd down and 9 for the Crimson Tide. That was a quick, like, slant route, but just wasn't able to, get on it.
That's how they started the game, and then they haven't been able to hit it since.
My question is that if you know that Concord is just running so much, you got to put more guys up?
Yep.
You have
Does
to
this remind you of anything?
Yeah, it's called the X-ray game. Okay, so now they're in a passing situation. 2 receivers at the bottom part of your screen, and he's going to roll out, look to pass, see some daylight, but no, he gets tackled, and now we got a flag. Not sure what that's going to be.
Seth did not look too happy about that.
Holding on Concord. So will Goffstown, they'll take that holding penalty, right? I mean, I think you have to.
Knock their kicker out of
Well, do you want to go 4th down? You want to go 4th down and 9 or 3rd down and 19? That's your call.
From where they are, though, their kicker could actually range it with 4th.
A 47-yard field goal? No, I don't think so. But
I mean, I saw Justin Tucker hit a 66-yarder last weekend, Scott.
I know, that was
Don't
crazy.
underestimate these people.
I know, I'm not. So now they are going to – Goffstown will take the penalty. It'll bring it to the 39-yard line.
Did you see that play, Justin Tucker play?
That guy's
unbelievable. The funny thing is I watched Jason Elam set the record with 63 yards on TV, not in person. And then I watched Justin Tucker break that record.
So we got a 3rd down and 20 on the 39-yard line of Concord. It's a definite passing. Oh, Goffstown's offsides. And
no flag.
How is that not a flag? How is that not a flag?
So we had people on either side of the ball moving.
I know that,
there.
but how was that not a flag? We saw it from here. I mean, listen, we tend to be homers, but that seemed to be offsides.
Is it offsides
if you get back? No, if you get back, it's not. But
right.
I thought the ball was snapped when he was. I don't know.
I think he got back and set, but I've seen that called so many kind of ways.
And we're also, our camera is not on the line, and where we're standing is also not great.
We're gonna need to get Aiden like a chest GoPro, so he can get some sideline coverage. Not a good punt. That might have had some contact on it.
That was a little rough.
What do you say, Aiden with some GoPro strapped to his head and chest?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I actually brought my, miner's, flashlight. I wasn't sure if we'd be, light or dark or whatever, but.
Man, we can see a lot with these lights.
Oh, my God, yes.
My eyes are going to hurt.
I just don't feel welcome here in Concord. I just don't feel welcome. People yelling at me. This is the 2nd time in a row. And I think I'm a fairly nice person.
Darn it, Scott. You are nice. You remember Stuart Smalley from Saturday Night Live?
I need, good, positive, cleansing thoughts.
That's right. You're a nice guy, Scott.
I am until I get angry. Then I'm like a bad man.
It's because you're from New York.
What? I know. All right, so let's see what Goffstown can do here. You just don't want anything too dangerous. I'd start running the ball.
We have very little.
We slipped up on that. So that was Duval. He slipped.
Field's probably getting a little wet. We
lost
have
2 yards.
Very little receiving yards across our whole receiving core right now.
And you have arguably one of the best receiving cores in the state, but we got to get the ball to him
cleanly.
Yeah. So Strickland is getting matched up in the slot. He's got a taller type of player on him.
There we go.
Great.
Jonah. Go, Jonah. Go, Jonah Lopez.
And he picks up a 1st down. Jonah Lopez ran about 80 yards side to side on that one.
Yep.
But he's got some speed.
He has incredible speed.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see him getting some receptions over last week, now this week, because he is a playmaker.
Well, they're trying to bracket Strickland. As you can see, they've got a linebacker. They've got 2 guys on him.
Well, they had 4 guys on him last week, and that didn't stop him.
That's Duval with the run.
That right there.
And he gets gobbled up pretty quickly at the 38-yard line, picks up maybe 3 to 4 yards tops. But good job by the Concord defense. I do like that. That was the first pass, aside from that screenplay, that I was like, wow, I like that. I think that, in my opinion, this is something that Goffstown can do a lot more of. So now they put Strickland on the other side of the field. And it's another sweep. And Caden Perry's close to a first down, and he's there.
Caden almost got
Caden almost broke free. He's got that track speed.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a little nervous if he does break one. I might get, yelled at again. But,
that's okay.
But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
You remember at Exeter, the first time I met Aiden here, I said, look, you are our physical security also.
Yeah.
So
hand off to Duval. And he's got open lane. And he gets taken down at the 36-yard line of the Crimson Tide. And there's a flag. So Duval is going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct.
That was unnecessary.
That was stupid. I have to say, sorry to say it, but Duval lost his cool. He's going to get a 15-yard personal foul on that one.
He's better than that,
So what'll happen is they'll get the first down, but then it's going to come back 15 yards. So they'll get the ball at like the 45.
I don't know. This is a contact sport. It's an emotional sport, but you cannot give up that many yards, literally ever. Right. I don't think that's anything that should ever happen.
That was not a good play, and not to mention the fact that I recognize the fact, because we're watching this game, that there have been at least 2 or 3 late hit type or close,
a little chippy,
chippy. Not so much late hits, but chippy. But
Aaron's about to go get an earful over there on the
sideline.
He
should.
He should.
Yeah, because
so they're going to come back to
first and 25. Right. That's the problem.
And I mentioned only the 2 penalties we had a little bit earlier, because that's an improvement from where we've been in our 2 prior games. But that to me, that's kind of.
How do you that's the thing? How do you overcome this now? A first and 25. We're not talking. That's where it really hurts you as a team, because you're moving the ball pretty well.
Yeah. Caden Perry ripped off a good run.
Yeah.
Aaron just ripped off a good run, just gets a little heated after the play. You just can't do that. Get up, young man, give the ball to the referee, and get back to the huddle. And I like Aaron. He's a sweet kid.
Yeah, he made a boo-boo on that one.
Yeah. He's going to hear about that boo-boo.
Yeah. Well,
you get about 3 coaches on him right now.
Yeah, and he's not in the game right now, so.
Which is where we need him.
Yes.
That's another thing, right?
Not sure why we've got a time. Referees have. I don't know what they're doing here. They want a hot cocoa. They're saying move the chains back. So now what is it?
I think next year, Scott, we should start being officials.
So I'm confused. If that's the case, you can't have a 1st and 25. So is it a 1st and 10? You follow what I'm saying? What is going on?
That's weird.
So it's not a 1st and 25. Oh, my God.
Look at Jonah again.
Jonah Lopez.
Jonah. Oh, go Jonah.
Jonah could
go Jonah Lopez.
Can he go all the way,
Yes,
folks?
he can.
Yes, he can. Goffstown with another score. A lot of speed there. And that ball was thrown high. Jonah Lopez climbed the ladder again.
I don't know where this Jonah came from.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm glad to have him.
Again, that was we don't have replay tonight, but man, that ball was thrown probably 9 feet 8 inches, and he grabs it. So this is an important extra point here for Goffstown. You want to make it a 10-point
go for 2
possession. No, I don't think so. 10. You want someone to make a field goal if needed.
Jonah Lopez.
So Grim Langholt with the extra point, and he does a good job on that one.
The Grim Reaper, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, last week, he got stepped on, and I saw him afterwards. I said, hey, I called you the Norwegian Nightmare, and I do like the Grim Reaper a little better. But so 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. Goffstown pulls ahead by 10.
So after the Bedford game last week, I was talking to Peyton. He threw that 50-yard pass to Jonah. And Jonah told Peyton after the game, he said, I think I could have scored, but I wanted to stiff-arm that guy so much, it just kind of slowed me down. He didn't do it that time. He turned the Jets on.
So now, let's go into prediction mode.
Uh-oh.
Kick right down the middle. They'll return it to the 40. No. Will that happen again?
I
will it?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
I used to predict this. I was doing that with Goffstown punts until finally, I think the 6th game, and they changed it up, but here we go again. It's like deja vu.
The 20. And,
Missed a tackle. And
the 46?
how about the 40?
Oh, the 40. Huh.
Wow.
Wow.
It's so predictable.
Let's go buy lottery tickets.
No, it's called, what do you call it? Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And we're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And every single time that you give the other team the ball in the 40-yard, if that's the case, Joe, then just do me a favor, park the ball out of bounds. And this way you never have to worry about a return beyond the 40.
So that's fair point.
So if that's what you're going to do.
Uh-oh. Here comes the run game.
So here comes Doward, and we got a reverse.
Double reverse.
And here comes a nice run. He breaks free. He could break it. And he gets tackled at the 22-yard line. What a run by Concord. Number 27.
37-yard carry on the play.
That was Avery Lawrence. What a great run by Concord.
Yeah, that was just two fast guys going at it because Aaron Duval caught him from behind, thank goodness. But
what a great run.
That was fantastic.
You know what? That really shuts the Goffstown, momentum down because, here you are, you come out with 2 scores, and now you just peel off like a 50-yard run, and there was nobody around. I mean, that was well in terms of a great play calling, in my opinion.
I hope Rob Schaefer over there on our huddle camera is getting some good.
And another run up the middle, tackled at the 10-yard line. So Concord peeling off some major rushing yards right now.
Tackle by Peyton.
You got to
Strickland
give Concord a lot of credit. They're saying not in our house, right?
No.
Not in our house.
I think, of course I want to win this game, right? But I think it's good to get punched in the face sometimes.
Well, they're getting punched in the face.
Right.
There is no doubt that Concord is punching Goffstown in the face tonight. There's no doubt.
Again, I think we may have came into this game a little David and Goliath-y, right? We should win. This should be easy. And look what's happening.
Could very well be, but, Concord has all night long done a great job running the ball. And they had a penalty themselves, which kind of slowed them down. And another handoff. He cuts up the middle. Keeps going, and that's going to be in the end zone. Nope. Oh my God! Once again, Concord is on the 1-yard line.
I think it's shorter than it's inches.
Yeah. So this is the third time that Concord has had pretty much a first and goal type situation. So 37 seconds left, and look for Concord just to put this one right up the middle. Quarterback keeper, and he's in. Touchdown. So Doward with a quarterback sneak scores for Concord. And with the extra point, they're going to trim this lead to 27-24. So there is no quitting in this Concord team.
I think if I remember correctly, Exeter had 344 rushing yards against us, and that's an Exeter football team, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious to see when the fourth quarter ends here, how many rushing yards that the Crimson Tide has put up against our defense.
Oh my God, I bet you easily 200 right now.
Right now.
And that's going to be no good.
Wow.
That was, I don't know if it was blocked but
okay, so
that's a big miss.
So we've missed extra points at this point.
But I tell you, give credit to the Crimson Tide. They peeled off that big 50-yard run, and then after that, just ramming it down, I think, Goffstown's defensive line, and there's been no answer. I mean, really no answer. And is it, you're granted you're missing one of the better linebackers in the state in Ryan Cody, but
that's one person.
Yeah, it is one person, and when one goes down, everyone else has got to pick it up.
So, we started the game talking about the presence of Antonio Campos.
Yeah.
Right, and we did call his name early
but
a couple
you haven't
times.
called his name.
I haven't called. I haven't.
No, we haven't. We haven't heard his name called on the public address. So
the Danny Leclerc's,
right?
The big guys,
Burke,
our meat.
Right,
Matt Burke's made a couple good
Matt
plays.
Burke has made a couple of plays, but so again, now what we're going to see is a squib kick to the 30.
What are you, a swami?
No, it's just it'll be a squib kick to the 30 on to the near side of the field.
To Caden Perry.
To Caden Perry.
Yeah.
Yep. Who will then have to wait to catch the ball and get no momentum. So now, whoa, we got a little different strategy here, okay?
Yeah.
Although I still think it's flawed. You got to move up even more.
I'm impressed with the fight in this Concord High School football team.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they
offsides.
No, yeah,
that's not going to get there, right?
That didn't go 10 yards.
You got to get it.
It didn't go 10 yards, Scott.
So that was an onside kick that didn't really go the full 10, or if it did.
That was the laziest onside kick.
Yeah.
That ball was like, dupe.
But here's the thing. You'd be surprised how many high school players will watch it cross over 10 yards and do nothing.
Yeah, they'll just stand there.
They'll stand there.
Yeah, Strickland was there at the ball, and he did get down on it, but I think it was still after the ball had traveled 9 yards.
And it did. You're right. It didn't quite get to 10 yards. So Goffstown will take over at the 49-yard line of the Crimson Tide. But I you know what? I say I like that play call in some respects. It wasn't well executed, but so Webb in the pistol hands it off to Duval, who breaks free of one tackle and then gets pushed out of bounds at about the 46-yard line, maybe a gain of two. A little more than that.
Yeah, we just got to have Aaron Duval.
Oh, no, he's actually, the marker is, they got to move that marker quite a bit. He picked up 4 on
This
that.
chain gang is not as proficient as ours is.
Well, we got to look at the other side of the field to see where the line judge is. So it's a 2nd down and 6. And Caden Perry in motion. He takes the handoff. Can he break free? He gets corralled. Nice tackle. Really great tackle by the Crimson Tide. He comes off limp. Number 1, Dower. That's the quarterback.
Oh, man.
That is not good.
He's not hurt.
He's not hurt.
He's got something going on.
But that was a great tackle. Now, Goffstown here is on the 42-yard line with a 3rd and 2. And this is, they're going to wait. This will go down to the 4th quarter now. This is 4-down territory for them if they don't make this one. So I think this is Aaron Duval. But one of the things that I think is so much different between the Goffstown teams in the last few years and this year is they don't have the quarterback that can do it, like can run the ball. So there's no threat. So you can key on the running back the entire time because our quarterback is not really. It's not his running is not gonna. He doesn't do it.
Right. And even I was talking about this a little bit earlier. Even when you do the handoff and the play after that for the quarterback, you're not fooling anybody when you just kind of stand there and throw your arm like you're going to complete it.
Yeah.
You got to put your shoulders into it. You got to fake the throw. You got to make it look believable. Maybe if you're really going to try to commit to a run pass option.
I put honestly on this play right here, I put Strickland in the Wildcat. I don't jerk around. I want to give him 2 opportunities to pick up the. Okay, so in this case, this is you get a blessing sometimes when you get a change in quarters. So now, hopefully the coaching staff, let's see what they do here. But I put Strickland in at quarterback.
I'm sure Concord watched the film against Bedford.
Well, they can watch all they want.
No,
but
I'm just talking about the play to Aaron Duval at the end of the game. Right. He is back there, Scott.
Oh, there you go. So maybe I should be in the coaching staff.
Maybe you should.
And motion. And Strickland takes it all the way. And he gets tackled at the 20-yard line. Great call by Coach Gross. I'm sorry, by Coach Hammond.
And cheerleader Strickland.
Yeah.
He's over 100 yards rushing right now.
Yeah, and I keep him in at this point because they have to key in on somebody, right?
Yeah.
So Strickland is the quarterback.
He's going to hand this one
in
off,
motion.
Scott. Oh, false.
Oh, God.
Motion. Illegal motion. False start.
Lopez?
Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, false start.
False start.
Man.
These penalties kill you.
I shouldn't have said anything about how good we were doing with penalties.
The ball's on the 21-yard line. I'll be honest with you, Joe. This is it's a 4-point lead for Goffstown, right?
Yeah.
And these teams seem to be scoring at will here. If Goffstown can put the ball in the end zone here, it could be tough for Concord to come back. This is a big possession for both teams. Strickland keeps it again, and can he be stopped?
Nah.
And he cannot be stopped. Peyton Strickland, the beast, scores another touchdown with under 11 and a half minutes to play. No one was going to stop him.
He pointed up to me right before he did that, and he goes, hey, this one's for Aunt Amy down there in Brazelton, Georgia.
Wow.
He just fell out of a recliner.
You know, folks, I mean, Peyton Strickland, he's quite the special player. He's kind of a man amongst boys. I mean, in the open field, your only way you're going to tackle him is if you go low.
Is he kind of Tebow-ish?
No, he's more like, well, I don't know. He's not Gronk because he's faster than Gronk.
That's
in terms
true.
of, and that's an extra point, which is good. Brings the lead to 34-23. He's, in terms of relative speed, he's faster than a tight end. He's wide receiver type speed, but with a tight end body.
Yeah, I guess I was going the Tebow route because he can throw the ball and he can run the ball. Yeah. He's unique for sure.
I met Tim Tebow.
Did you?
Yeah, at a conference. Yeah, nice guy.
Is he like super nice like he appears to be? Like, is it too nice? Is it fake nice?
No,
or
it's not fake nice.
Because he seems genuine.
It's
it's
genuine.
Look, that dude's a Florida Gator, and I hate the Florida Gators.
No, he's a.
But
really,
I like Tim Tebow as a person.
He's a really nice guy.
He's got
Really,
good morals,
really
good
nice guy.
ethics, good looking.
I remember I also met Brett Favre.
Did you?
Yep, when he was a rookie in Atlanta.
Okay.
And
screw up of like the century.
Yeah. Right. He was, and I met him at the Super Bowl at a bar.
Wow.
Another night, and he was also
nice kick, Grim.
Yeah, but again, you'll see
20
that, and here we go again. And will he break free?
Wow.
He gets to the 47-yard line. So this is not working. So when you watch the game film, Coach Hammond and the Goffstown coaching staff, kicking the ball right down the middle where they can get a 10-yard head start.
Well, one of the things
is not working.
I agree with you. And one of the things, if you notice, just the parabolic trajectory of that kick was a little flat. Right?
Well, no, what's happening is
you don't have time to get your players down there.
No, and that's why you want to kick a line drive kick. You want the ball to actually bounce, so that they have to catch a bounce.
But you also want to give your players time to get there.
Yeah, it's not a good. It's not like he's kicking the ball to the 5-yard line that deep. That's a different story. So they need to change that up.
Oh, I was about to ask if they're
Doward. He's going to air it out deep. He's got a man open. He cannot get it. Oh, what a close play.
That's Sasso again.
Yeah, but what a great throw by Doward. He just could not get it to his man. I love that play call.
One of the things I've noticed about Sasso, and I saw it last week, when he's beat a little bit, he never makes a play at the ball. He makes a play at the ankles.
Yeah.
Which you got to be careful with that.
Man, that was a great play call by the Crimson Tide. And you showed, look at Doward's arm, man. That was a great throw.
That was a pretty ball. It was just a little overthrown.
I love that play call. So now it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Man,
this is a great game.
Right before they snapped that ball, I was like, I wonder if they're going to throw it. And, yep, sure enough.
And now they're going to do a handoff up the middle and corralled after a gain of 5. Nice sportsmanship there, lifting up the player by Strickland.
He gets his manners from his mother.
Right, not from you, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
Well, I saw you at dinner.
Scott, we had to eat in a hurry, bro.
But you got to use your napkin.
Well, my daughter was sitting there. She was using her sleeve. I'll use mine.
It's all right.
We had to eat in like 6 minutes.
It was. You talk about a 2-minute drill, baby. That was a 2-minute
What
throw
you say
down.
that your aunt would have said, or your mom would have said? That was eat it and leave it?
No, that was called eat it, and my aunt, eat it and beat it.
Eat it and beat it.
Yeah, so eat your meal and leave.
Get out. We had to do that.
One of these guys I used to work for, we would go out to a business lunch, right? And this guy would he would eat everything and always 3-4 minutes, right?
Gone.
Done.
Same thing. I had a friend like that.
So finally, I think I asked him, his name was Dean, and I'm like, Dean, why do you eat so fast? He's like, oh, well, my dad was a fireman, and so we were just used to.
That's a good reason.
I'm like, okay, that explains it.
I used to have a friend that did the same, and we'd go to lunch almost every day. This is when we were in Abu Dhabi, and you get out of the office, you want to let your hair down if you have some a little bit. It's take about 30 minutes. This guy, like 4 or 5 minutes, and he's staring at you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, man, can we just chill out for a minute?
You know what always strikes me, too, is that, like, this guy, like, I don't know, talking about stories, but he wasn't, like, a big guy, but, like, he
Just
could
fast.
eat, man. And he could eat. Like,
Man.
the guy ate, like, a 3-pound lobster one time. I'm like, man, how are you doing this? All right, so we've
Third
got
and
a
4?
3rd and 4 and a running play.
Come on.
And come on, can you make the tackle? And
Yes, we can.
Baghetti.
Is that Robbie Baghetti?
Robbie Baghetti with a big
Number
tackle.
11.
And that's a loss of 5 yards. So let's see what Concord does now. This is a 4th down and 9.
Was that Seth on initial contact there?
Yeah.
I think it was.
But Baghetti cleaned it up. So what do you do if you're Concord here? Do you go for it on 4th and 10? You're not going to get the
It's an
ball back a
11-point
whole
game.
lot. I think you have to go for it.
Yeah, I think you do too.
So let's see what Crimson Tide can draw up here. I think you got to do like a slant pass. Doward's got the arm. There's no doubt.
He's almost putting too much zip on it, Scott, because it's popping off his hands,
yeah.
his receiver's
Right,
hands.
but this is
those
definitely,
sidelights might
to
not
me,
help.
this is definitely like a slant. Look right here, the guy right in the slot for a quick slant.
That's not a quick slant. Oh, wow.
And what a great catch.
That was a great catch.
And a
Good
first
play.
down by Concord. What a great throw by Doward.
You know, Robbie Baghetti was in tight on that coverage, too.
Yeah,
That was
but
just a
that
good
was
throw.
a smoking throw by Doward to the sideline. That was one of the best throws I've seen like all year. I'm talking from a
That was rolling out
Yeah.
right, throw into your right, to the sideline, only to where your receiver can get the ball.
That was awesome.
That was a good job, young man.
So we've got 9.5 minutes to play. So there's no doubt that Doward has the arm to bring this team back.
Yeah.
So, and that was a critical 4th down and like 9.
Gutsy. I like it.
Run up the middle,
Wow.
and
6
again,
yards.
you're not. Somebody's helmet comes off.
Yeah.
You're not seeing capos.
Hope there's not a head in that thing.
Yeah, you're not seeing capos on a lot of tackles tonight. You're just not.
Is he out there?
No, he's out there, but
Oh, there
I'm
he
just
is.
not
No,
seeing
that's not
anything. He's number 70.
You remember what we
And,
said last week, right? I mean, Capos has a secret weapon that he has to bring to all games with him.
Yeah, but like I said, we haven't called his name a whole lot.
We haven't.
You know, so the clock should be running 9 minutes to go,
There it goes.
roughly.
Scott, the more the sun went down and the sky got even more black, those parallel lights to our face, they're bright.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying before, that last touchdown by Peyton Strickland was a big one. It's an 11-point lead here, and that missed extra point also key. But Concord they're gonna have to go for it no matter what. So and
Man.
a missed tackle, and
So Capos is picking himself up in the backfield, but
so Leidick with the tackle, and that's another first down. So now the ball is on the 29-yard line. Am I right? Nope, 23-yard line. I apologize.
well, time is not necessarily the Crimson Tide's best friend right now.
They got plenty of time, actually. So they're going to get 2 possessions. There's no doubt about that, in my opinion. Can they stop Goffstown on Goffstown's next offensive possession? But
If we run the ball like we ran it, against Bedford, we almost ate up the whole first quarter last week.
I get that, but we got to be able to stop them. And Doward, he scrambles, and he drops it. Oh, man, he knew he
tried to turn up field before he caught that ball,
He
Scott.
did. That was O'Rourke, and the ball was thrown a little bit low, but catchable. But I think O'Rourke was, like you said, he was looking to run before he caught it. I love that call, though. I mean, you know something?
Yeah.
I'm going to – listen, I know Nick Hammond is not going to like this, and our offensive coordinator, but Concord is calling a really good game here.
They are.
I'm not saying we're calling a bad game. I'm just saying Concord is calling a really good game.
I'm going to be curious to go back and watch this game on TV where I can see it a little better and understand why we're getting beaten our flat so much.
Right.
Both sides.
Well, again, it could be you don't have your linebacker, so you have your second string linebacker in, but you're right, we are getting beaten in the flat. And a handoff up the middle, but he gets gobbled up fast.
Who was that?
Somebody was in the backfield.
Yeah, that was 35. Who's 35, Scott?
That would be Jacob Leidick.
Go ahead, Jacob.
So the Leidick brothers.
Get you some, son.
Yeah. and he was in the backfield. So that was a loss of 2 or 3. So I'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. Under 7 minutes and 40 seconds now. And I think if I'm Concord, I want a little bit more
tempo.
Right?
Tempo.
Yeah.
That's why I said
yeah.
Time is not your friend.
Doward under center. And he's going to throw. Nice catch. And that's going to be shy of a 1st down. So we often talk about plays of the game. You're going to see one right here. 4th down and a long 3. And safe to say that Concord has to make this 1st down.
Well, they got 4th and 9 last time, Scott.
And it's not a 4th and, well, unless
they feel that's a 4th and 2-ish.
Well, I don't know if the guy who's holding the 4th down marker should be where the ball is.
I mean, that makes sense.
But he's not. I mean, so.
I got to get the Goffstown chain game.
Capos. That's going to be a close one, guys. I don't know if he got it.
Was that Antonio?
Antonio had the initial stop.
Uh-oh.
I don't think they got it.
Did they signal either way, though?
He did not get it.
Yes, sir.
So Antonio made the play there.
Came up big when we needed him. The big fella. What did we call him last week? The refrigerator with arms.
Yeah, but you know what? Thank goodness, because we haven't called his name a whole lot.
So this is, we're going to run the ball.
So
we're
this
gonna
is
eat the clock,
this
but we got to get a couple 1st downs on this drive.
This needs to be the Aaron Duval show.
He's certainly capable.
Right, and you don't. The big thing is you don't want to turn the ball over here. So
that looks like single coverage on 8-0 out there.
Honestly, what are we doing now? Timeout.
Water
referee
break.
Timeout.
Powder our nose.
I know this sounds nuts, but I go back to Peyton and the Wildcat, and I get the running there because he can hand it off to Duval too.
Yeah.
But he also he keeps the linebackers honest.
Yeah. If he runs any sort of, intermediate to deep route, he's taking 2 or 3 people with him.
High snap. Duval goes
Around
to the edge.
That's
and
nothing.
He gets corralled.
Oh,
that's
there's
a
a flag.
face mask or something. He went down we can't see it, but he went down almost awkwardly that it had to be a face mask. And if that's the case, that's a 15-yard penalty. That'll bring the ball to the 31-yard line. Let's see. Face mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just saw that. It was very.
Yeah. Well, at least Aaron kept his cool on that one and didn't push anybody and negate the penalty. This, I tell you, Scott, this is a way better game than I thought it was going to be.
Oh my goodness! But let's see. Goffstown's probably going to run the ball. So Duval up the middle. He tries to break it, but he gets smacked.
They are manhandling Duval in those last 2 plays.
Smacked on that one.
Who is that big guy?
Yeah, but see, this is a tough one because that was a 2nd down and so now he's got 2nd down and a good 13 or 14, right? Maybe not. 11, they're going to say.
Whoever that gentleman on the Crimson Tide was came through the line.
Yeah.
We had to have a missed assignment there.
Now, you don't want to snap this ball until the back judge, right, lifts his arm up. So if you do it sooner than that, so that's just bad by Goffstown. Sorry, but.
Oh, Peyton's wide open. Good catch, sir.
And Peyton Strickland once again bails out Webb on that one. I mean, that was just a.
If
If
Webb could hit him in his hands on that, he was running down the field wide open. That free safety is going to be 0 match for him.
What I don't understand, again, is that the clock is your friend. If you're the Goffstown coaching staff, you got to tell Webb, listen, I don't even want you even thinking about snapping the ball until the back judge's arm goes up at 10 seconds. I mean, you're giving away free time.
Yeah.
And you'll see. I mean, it didn't happen on the last one. It's not happening now.
I think that was Peyton's first catch of the game. Oh.
That was like a slip.
Man. He's a slippery little fella in there.
Yeah. So that'll be a 2nd down. But again, Joe, I don't mean to be, crazy about this, but you have given up now 20 seconds of time, and you're only up by 11. So it's like the clock is the enemy of Concord right now. It's your friend. You got to drain it, and I'm kind of curious as to why they're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're working on something, some particular set of
Perry
offense.
in motion, and he gets the handoff.
Wow.
He breaks free. Caden Perry goes to the sideline, tackled hard at the 27-yard line, and the clock still runs.
He just went through a gap and didn't even get touched.
And we got an injury. No, he's not injured.
Good run, Caden Perry.
So that'll be another first down for Goffstown.
Caden Perry with the Bama jam off the right side over there. Yeah, I mean, 4.5 minutes left, but we, regardless of what we're doing, we still got to get a couple first downs.
And that was almost a tough.
Wow.
Yeah, he breaks free.
Nope.
And
wow, look at him, man. We talked about that last week too.
He will not go down.
It's incredible sometimes how he gets his body so low to the ground without actually falling.
Again, I don't know, for me, yes, you want to execute, et cetera, but, man, the reason why I say this and I harp on this whole thing with clock management is that there will be a game where you need to do this.
I agree with that.
So you might as well practice it and you draw it out.
Ooh, that's a big guy out there on 8-0 right now if he stays there. Nope. Oh, wow.
Right
Jonah.
through Lopez's hands. He
yeah.
knows it. And that was a great throw.
Good throw, Josh.
Yeah, we kind of got the Mac Jones thing, right? Like short pass, right?
Yeah.
Which is okay. I mean,
I think Webb and Strickland have to work on
their timing,
well,
right? And also the height. You got to lead them.
Lead me so I can keep my speed. That's what Hanault got so good at. It was leading him in space.
Duval up the middle. He's wide open, and he breaks free. He's hard to bring down. So I tell you, I think a lot of people came in here, the prognosticators, that, Goffstown would have a relatively easy game, and that was far from the truth.
Far from the truth.
Very, very far from the truth. Crimson Tide was very impressive in their running game, and Dower just did a good job, I thought. And their defense played well, and I think aside for some pretty big plays, Goffstown was in for a lot of trouble tonight.
Yeah. More trouble than I thought that they
pick off. What a great play.
I didn't even see that.
He came out of nowhere, one-handed. Yep.
2 minutes and 56 seconds left on the clock, Scott.
I'm sorry. So why are you throwing the ball? Can you help me on that one?
No.
On a first down? But, all right. Great play, by the way, by Concord, who it's a one-handed pick. And, folks, I know we're not doing instant replay, but that was an impressive. He put his arm up and kind of tipped it to himself. But
so that's 2 picks from
I don't know.
Josh Webb tonight.
Again, I don't understand the play calling. I don't, because you're running the ball pretty. What?
I think they were just trying to put a nail in the coffin.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
I mean, we had the ball with 6 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. Like we said, you're still going to have to pick up a first down or 2 to run the clock out. Now, you're 100% right on what you were saying.
Yeah.
You got to tell that young quarterback not to snap the ball. He has 10 seconds after the back ref puts up his hand.
I understand that.
Yeah,
that's
count it down.
That's the reason why I'm saying that,
internally.
because what we don't know was I don't know how far away from the 10 seconds we were. He might have been he might have been snapping the ball with 20 seconds to go. So we might have given up a minute there. So now if you're Goffstown, you can't let anybody beat you deep. That was a great, great, great interception in the end zone.
Well, we were talking before Goffstown got the ball back last time, how there's no quit in the Crimson Tide team here
tonight.
And
I think you showed it. I mean,
they certainly don't think they're done tonight, right?
No, and I tell you, win or lose, I'm not happy with how this game went.
No, this should have went entirely different, in my opinion.
Execution-wise. So, the good thing for Goffstown is they need to now just don't let up any big, plays.
Yeah.
Let them earn it. And it's a pitch. And he gets gobbled up really fast by Strickland, and number 16, that was Schaefer.
How many different people have we had score tonight? It's been a plethora. It's been Jonah Lopez. It's been Caden Perry. It's been Strickland. Yeah. Did Duval get one? I think Duval got a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But that's
so again, if you're Concord, you got to go hurry up offense because you only have 2.5 minutes and you got to score 2.
So what is it? Touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal get it done.
And a run up the middle, and who was that on the tackle? Strickland on the tackle. He's all over the place tonight.
Do you hear fireworks?
I do hear fireworks. I think that, remember when we came in, there was looked like a bonfire going on. There was something going on.
Yeah.
Concord's a happening place, man.
Yeah, I thought those fireworks were going off for my buddy Gregory Cummins up in Maine.
Another handoff up the middle, and okay.
Oh, you can see them, Scott.
Okay, I was complimenting Concord on their play calling. I'm not complimenting them any longer. You're down by 2 touchdowns. You can't run the ball.
Well, this is what
this is the Exeter deal where you your offense, but you have to throw the ball. And if it gets intercepted, so be it. But you got to go deep.
Yeah, wow.
That was a good play. And number 9, that was
7, Caden Perry.
Yep. With the tackle, and if he doesn't make that tackle. That guy is a big dude, man. That was a 88. That's Austin Wells. I like him. He's a junior, 6'3", 250.
Yeah, I saw him walk off after a tackle a while ago. I was like, oh, wow.
He's a big boy. Minute 20, and again, at the pace in which Concord is going, this is not working.
No. Wow. Okay. Cut it up. Okay.
Yeah, but see, Goffstown has too much speed to they're not going to give up a play like that. So
get a call timeout.
They have to. So
good tackle.
Timeout Concord, minute 4 to go, down by 11.
So it's October 1st. Why would we be shooting fireworks tonight?
Because that's what they do here. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, I got a friend in New Boston. I was going to New Boston. They fire off cannons. Well, in New Boston, and you're picking on the Concord people for fireworks? No, hear me out. I was going to petition Justin Huff. My buddy got one of those cannons.
Yeah, I'm sure, because everybody in New Boston has a cannon.
I was like, I want to get that thing in the end zone of home games. Okay. And when we score, we fire off the cannon.
So we do it.
I think we do it.
I don't think you tell them. I think you just do it. And then you beg for forgiveness later. That's the Goffstown High School way. Right?
All right. I think I could get away with that easier than you could. So,
I know nothing.
Maybe we put it on me.
I forgot what you said.
Wonder who these fellas are going to
Just fire the cannon into the woods.
Just fire it into the woods.
But it is true, though. New Boston.
It's crazy.
It's a crazy place. There's cannons going off all the time.
I live on the other side of New Boston, so I don't get a whole lot of that.
The Bedford side?
I live close to I'm almost in Bedford.
Okay.
So I don't hear a lot of that, but the Facebook chatter.
I don't know if it's the Space Force over there, right? That's where the Space Force.
They changed the sign.
Yeah, I know. Another handoff. Big run. And he doesn't go down, man. So Sasso finally with the tackle. And they'll move the chains.
They got to get reset. Okay.
That's smart. That's smart.
They're showing a little bit of urgency there.
And now they spike it, yeah. But they had to do this before, with like 3 minutes left.
Yeah, they should have started that a little bit earlier. But again, I was agreeing with your point earlier about our own clock management. This game should be over.
Yeah.
From a clock perspective. Yeah. Scott, this was wild, man.
Yeah, you take a win when you can get it, but
Hey, I credit the Crimson Tide.
I do too. I think that I really liked the way they played. I thought that their offensive and defensive lines played really tough. Oh, that was almost a lateral.
And we have to say something nice about them so we don't get beat up leaving the visitor stands.
I'm not going to. I think when we call these games, Joe, I've been doing this for a while. It's like we are a little bit homer, right? Because we get excited when one of our players scores a touchdown. But we call it, if there's good play by the other team, we call it. I mean, Doward had a really good game today.
Well, I was talking to Joe Michael's dad last night, the Bedford quarterback, and He said, I heard the announcers last weekend, because, we were doing the simulcast.
Yeah.
I heard the announcers last weekend, we're not bashing my son. And I was like, well, I'm one of those people.
Oh,
and no, we
that's
weren't.
funny.
We
No, why would
we were complimenting
you
Joe.
compliment these players, right?
I said, I'm here tonight to watch your son.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, we're not going to bash him. Did he have a rough day? Sure.
He did, but, I think he did have a rough day, but
he still looked good.
uncharacteristically.
He still looked good.
He's so talented,
Yeah.
I think. And I'll tell you, I've watched this kid, Doward. He was the QB last year, and he has improved a lot.
Look,
He looks good.
I always want the Grizzlies to win, but I'm not going to bash another team at the behest of that.
I think by and large, the football community is a brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever you want to call it, but it's a family. And you want your team to win, but you also want everybody to play as well as they can. So with that, we've got 44 seconds to go. Doward under center. And look for a pass here. No, it's a run up the middle. Could he break free?
Oh, my
No,
goodness.
but he rips off about 20 yards down to the 15-yard line.
That's Strickland on the tackle again.
Yeah, so
where's
that'll
everybody else at?
So that'll move the chains, and then you spike it. As soon as spike it. There you go. Clock operator is not a homer because 2 seconds went off.
Look, they are not stopping.
No,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You play till the last whistle blows.
Listen, crazy things have happened in sports, right?
Sure.
So if they can put a touchdown up here, I think you're right. I think you go for 2.
Oh, that's
It's
a pass. He's open.
He got burned.
Oh, he was open for a second.
He goes out of bounds.
Oh, that receiver was open.
He was.
He had, who's down there with him? Is that Robbie?
Robbie fell.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Robbie fell.
Well, one of the things that I've noticed with Big Edie is that Robbie gets his feet
a little tangled.
He tangles his feet.
I mean, first-year player. He's doing okay.
He's never played before.
He's doing okay.
Yeah.
Heck of a game last week.
Yeah. Two interceptions. So the ball is on the 7-yard line. 3rd down and 3 with 27.5 seconds. And that's a handoff up the middle, and he gets gang tackled he'll get the first down, though. So that'll be a 1st down and goal. Clock will stop while they move the chains.
I hope the Grizzlies try to have a little pride here and do not let them score. Oh, this game. Oh, no. Wow, that clock operator's not good.
He is not friendly.
No.
He is
we need to bring him to our games.
Man.
Hey, Scott.
He's like one of those guys who's like, hey, I want to go to get something to eat. And he's like hungry. He wants to get out of here.
He's trying to get down here to the bonfire.
Yeah.
Let's go see these fireworks.
So the question here, tell me, in terms of, players, obviously Strickland, he had 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
He had a good game. Lopez had a good game.
He had a better rushing game.
I think Seth Osborne.
I think you're absolutely right about Seth
Osborne.
Osborne.
We got to talk to see if Aiden wants to do an interview. We can on a road game. Might not do it live, but we'll do it.
Put it there.
And, that would be a. See, I think you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't give Duval a flag and then another kid doesn't like something and pushes your player.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
So
that's a little home field advantage.
That was number 4 on that one, but whatever.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Seth.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. So Caden Perry had some
Caden
long
Perry.
runs. Caden Perry had some long
and he had
runs.
touchdown.
Had a touchdown.
Yeah. So Caden, let's write this down.
I was trying to remember who all scored. Peyton twice. I forgot about a second one. Jonah is another good one.
Yeah.
He had some good catches tonight. Jonas came alive the last 2 weeks. I'm so happy to see that.
We got our 4.
Okay.
And Seth
Osborne. So good to see him.
And here comes another pass.
Oh,
that was right through the receiver's hands.
Good hand, Sasso.
It went through everybody's hands.
Yeah.
It went through the Concord player, then Sasso, then somebody else. So 8.6 seconds, 4th and 4.
They're playing hot potato down there in the end zone.
Yeah, I like Doward actually scrambling here.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I think.
Well, you got to have the receiver follow you, though.
I agree, but I think that I would give the ball to Doward and let him get in.
Well, he's done a fantastic job the rest of the night. Concord band is nice too.
Concord band was awesome.
They look good. They sound good.
They sounded really good. I think next time we got to have.
I miss a band.
Yeah, I wish we had. Well, we have a pet band, but not a.
I said I miss a band.
Yeah, you got to give me
hear our pet band.
$100,000 for uniforms. We'll do it.
Okay. You heard that,
listeners.
listeners.
The run and and guess who gets the tackle? Seth Osborne.
So money for uniforms. My extended listeners out there.
Yeah,
you know,
and we need
at least $100K.
And we need band uniforms.
Band uniforms.
Yeah. We could do a GoFundMe.
They work on way less important things.
Yeah, right. So Goffstown's going to prevail here 34-23, but not without a battle.
Yeah.
A battle from the Concord Crimson Tide, who I thought played a really good game.
You know Nick Hammond's not going to be pleased with this tonight.
Well, Nick Hammond is never pleased, right?
Well, that's fair.
Although he was pleased last week, because I heard him, but he's a pretty tough, he's critical usually of his team. And I think tonight there's a little bit of criticism. I think much more so, I think, on the intensity side, but also a little bit on the execution side. We were not sloppy. We were a little sloppy in our passes. And, again, we got to work on Webb in terms of, you know, a couple of those interceptions. One of them was a good play by Crimson Tide just recently.
Yep.
But there was that one. It was like, oh my God, that ball was like thrown right to the safety. So we're gonna run the ball.
We certainly can't take a knee right there.
Yeah.
Well, we could, but run it all the way.
No, that's it. And that's the game. So
awesome.
So folks, want to say we're gonna wrap it up here and. Welcome, everybody, to a great game, and we're going to call it a night. Goffstown wins 34-23. Joe, thank you for hosting with us tonight.
Absolutely.
And we will see you, everybody, next week as we travel to Spalding High School.
See you, people.